HQN Books and HarlequinAudio present Home to the Harbor, featuring the bonus story, Second Chance on the Chesapeake, by Tobin McClain, performed by Tanya Eby. Chapter 1. That's a wrap on oyster season. Bisky Castleman tied her skiff to the dock, fingers numb in the March morning chill, then turned toward the wooden shed that connected the dock to the land. She hung up her coverall on the outside hook, tossed her gloves in the bin, and sat down on the bench to tug off her boots. "You coming?" she asked her 16-year-old daughter, Sunny. "I'm coming. I'm just dragging." Sunny hung her coverall beside Bisky's, and then flopped down on the bench beside her, letting her head sink into her hands. "Some kids get to chill out during teacher work days. I appreciate your coming out dredging and culling when most of your friends were sleeping in." Bisky slung an arm around her daughter and tugged her close for a quick side hug. "Come on, I'll make pancakes, and then you can take a nap." Sunny frowned. "No pancakes, thanks." "You sure? You've been working hard." "Too hard." Bisky paused, thought about it. "Maybe I'll see if we can hire some of the teenagers from around here to work the traps with us come crab season. Heard Tanner Dillon dropped out of school." "He's not going to want to work with us, Mom." Sunny's face flushed a deep red. "Please don't ask him." If Tanner was one of the boys who'd been teasing Sunny about her height and size, Bisky would tan him herself. She lifted her hands. "I said maybe. We need to find some help. If you have better ideas, tell me, because I'm not keeping you out of school." She paused to look out over the Chesapeake Bay, and a feeling of peace settled over her heart. The bay was the love of her life, which was fortunate, since no man had ever stuck around long enough to fit that bill. Not that she minded. Bisky was too independent, she'd been told, but it had always served her well. Usually. Not always. She shook off a stab of melancholy. Now that they were done oystering, the second half of March would give them a rare break. Mostly they'd spend the next couple of weeks scraping down and repainting the hull of their boat and trading out the dredging rig for the simpler setup they'd use for crabbing season. It was increasingly hard to find a crew to work the water, and Bisky worried about her family business, worried about a lot of things. At the outdoor sink, she and Sunny washed their hands, and then they both pulled their hair out of ponytails, shook it out. Bisky ran a hand over Sunny's brunette strands, removing a piece of oyster shell. "Don't worry. I won't ask Tanner if it embarrasses you. But if you think of anybody else who needs a job, send him my way." If she could help out a needy teen in the process of hiring, she would. The community of Pleasant Shores had taken care of her and helped her out since she was a kid, and she tried to pay it forward. "I'd know you as mother and daughter if I'd never met the pair of you before." The voice behind them came from Mary Rhodes, the energetic 70-year-old philanthropist and bookstore owner who was one of Bisky's closest friends. She approached with her dog, Coco, a young chocolate-colored golden doodle who was as tall as Mary's waist, but lanky. Coco let out a bark, but remained at Mary's side. Clearly, her training was coming along. "Hey, Mary." Sunny turned and smiled at the older woman. "No, don't hug me. I need a shower. And Mom needs one, too," she added, wrinkling her nose at Bisky. Then she knelt down to pet Coco. The big dog promptly rolled onto her back, offering her belly for Sunny to rub. Bisky pulled a plastic lawn chair forward for Mary, and then flopped back down on the bench. "Have a seat. I'm too tired to stand up talking." "I will, just for a few minutes," Mary said. "I'm supposed to meet the new Victory Cottage resident this morning. Hoping he'll take on the therapy dog program. If not, I'll have to advertise for someone." As one of Pleasant Shore's major benefactors, Mary had started many useful programs in town, including her latest, a respite cottage for victims of violent crimes and their families. Victory Cottage was a place for them to heal, volunteer in the community, and find new hope. "Don't advertise for someone," Sunny said with more energy than she'd shown all day. "I can do it. I can start the therapy dog program." Mary raised her eyebrows, frowned, and then patted Sunny's hand. "You're good with dogs for sure. Just look how Coco loves you. But I need an adult for this." "But—" Mary cut off Sunny's protest. "There are legal requirements and regulations. And anyway, you need to be a kid."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?